Hey guys, what is up? It's Antonio. Welcome back to another episode here on Gladiator Disc Golf. If you're brand new to my channel, I want to welcome you. Thank you so much for coming and stopping by. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And don't forget guys, use discount code GLADIATORDG at otbdiscs.com for free shipping. Alright, let's get into today's video. So about a month ago, I was just scrolling through Instagram and Eagle McMahon had posted something about physical therapy, and he had this really interesting tool in his hand, and it's from a company called Wave Tools Therapy based in Boulder, Colorado. I ordered some of their products, and it's been about a month that I've been using it, and so now I'm doing a review on it. And right off the bat, all I'm going to say is that this has definitely changed my disc golf game. I am a predominantly forehand player. It is my strength. It's just what I do best. That being said, I always have had a lot of tightness in my forearm around the elbow, and obviously just throwing backhand as well. Soreness in the shoulder, soreness in the back, and in the trapezoid. So when I came across this, I was really interested to see just how good it would be. And I have to say that it has really helped me with my disc golf game. There's less soreness in my forearm, wrist, and elbow. And even though it's not completely gone yet, I can feel it just getting better and my arm getting healthier, even though I'm still playing, even though I'm still going out to the field and doing field work. So that's been something that's been really encouraging. What is Wave Tools Therapy? Well, I have their two tools right here. This is the Wave tool itself. It's this really interesting device that has a bunch of different edges, a bunch of different points on it, and it's definitely a unique piece of plastic. I mean, it's really what it is, but it's great. And I'll get into this a little bit more here in just a second. But the second tool that I have are suction cups, okay? And they come in two different sizes. You have basically a small here, and then you have a larger set right here. And they come in this nice little, it almost looks like a sunglasses case, just like that. So these are the two tools that I got from them, and really it's quite simple. This is basically the massager, okay? And with all of these different sides and corners and edges, and you are able to pinpoint and really get down into the deep muscle and the deep tissue and really help relieve some of the tension, relieve some of the tendinitis, the inflammation, and all of that in your arm. By no means am I a doctor. By no means do I know all the ins and outs of this tool. Am I an expert at using it? No. But I have gotten really comfortable with using it, and I have found that it does help me with what I need. So I'm just going to give you guys a quick walkthrough of how I use this tool, what I'm looking for out of it, and how I use the suction cups. What I do is you first have to use some kind of lotion or a lubricant, petroleum jelly, something like that. Lotion is works just as well too. Doesn't have to be anything expensive. You just have to put something on the skin. Now, if you were to use the Wave tool without any sort of lotion or anything like that on your arm, you want to be wearing long sleeves. So you can do this if you're wearing a long sleeve and you don't have to put anything. You can just take out the Wave tool and massage your arm, massage your shoulders a good bit. It's not 100% necessary, but if you're going directly onto the skin, you definitely need some there, because there will be some irritation when using this tool. So I typically just put a little bit of lotion or something here on the arm. Alrighty, so my arm has the lotion on it. Now basically what I end up doing is I end up taking the adhesion or the myofascial edge, and I have to look at the diagram here because it's got some names that I'm not familiar with, but this is just really the big scraper part, okay? You take it at a 45-degree angle and you just scrape and basically just massage the muscle a good bit. When you have the lotion, it's going to collect on the edge a little bit. You wipe it off, back onto the arm, and you keep going like that. I will typically do this for just a few minutes, and then I go to the wide arc edge, and this is the edge that fits the forearm really well. It kind of wraps around it. way more than this, which is a little bit straighter. So that wraparound is really nice. It gets all over the forearm, and I can just continue to do that 45-degree angle. You can already kind of see some redness happening, which is fine. That's going to happen when you're applying this friction. That's why it's super important to use some kind of lotion. Now, when it comes to getting some really specific parts on my arm, I like to use what is called the trigger point knob, the levering edge. I alternate between stripping blade and the tendon release blade. It all depends on how thin I'm trying to get in between the tendons and how much of an area I'm trying to cover. So what I'll typically do is I'll take the levering edge, and it's just able to apply a little bit more pressure on a smaller surface area, and I really focus here around the elbow with this tool. I just find it super relieving, and you can scrape with it a little bit. The other thing I like to do is take this trigger knob, and this is where you really go on those pressure points, and you can just really press down on them and help release that and get the blood flowing. That's one thing that I like to do around the elbow. I like to use this thinner point, which is the tendon stripping point, around my wrist, okay, because it's nice and small. It can really just kind of scrape in there and really help relieve some of the pressure, get between the tendons and ligaments in my hand, and just relieve some of that. Feels super great. Just helps to get the blood flowing, and then after all this is done, I definitely go and ice it a good bit. Other thing that I think is really unique about this tool, and Wave Tools Therapy talks about how their Wave tool has like 9 different points on it, which makes it unique in its own field, even in the physical therapy fields. But one of those things that's really cool is the finger edge. The finger edge, a lot of rock climbers in Boulder, Colorado, where the company is based, use this tool, and makes sense when you're climbing. Your hands, a lot of stress, a lot of exertion, okay? Easy to really overuse the muscles in your hand, wrist, and forearm. So being able to just get around your fingers and massage them and loosen up the muscles a good bit and those tendons, and just scrape them and really get the blood flowing and healing the body. It's a super useful tool, especially, and I like it for forehand a lot, because when you are constantly gripping a disc, whether it's forehand or backhand, your hand's constantly in the same position, and so it can just have a lot of force when the disc is coming out. Overall, I really like this tool. It's great. It's incredibly versatile. I can use it on my trapezius. I said trapezoid earlier. Trapezius, or trap for short. On the shoulder, on the elbow, the tricep, bicep, all over the place. What's really great about this is that you don't always have to use it with lotion or a long sleeve. This is a tool that you can just, in the shower with some soap and water, you can just go ahead and massage your arms and shoulders there as well. Something that they talk about on their Instagram page, the versatility of it. So great tool. When all that is said and done, something that I like to do is take the suction cups. Now, we've seen, at least I've seen athletes for the last couple of years, they show up with like to game day or something, and they have like these purple spots all over their backs and their shoulders, and it's kind of strange. It's like these glass balls that get heated and like put on them, and you know, part of me has always wondered, okay, is that more just to like look like it's actually doing something? But as I've read a little bit more about it, suction cupping and all those, it is really helpful. Basically what the suction cups do in layman's terms is that when it is applied to the surface of your skin, the suction cup is going to pull up the layers of muscle and skin, not to where it's like pulling it off the bone or anything, but just relieving some of the compactness of those layers and letting the blood flow, and this really helps the body heal. So it's really interesting. You have the 2 smaller ones, which you just kind of pop. There's 2 ways to apply them. You can turn them inside out like this, and then you just pop them on, or you can just push on it, and you definitely need lubricant or lotion for these, otherwise they won't stick. But I like to use the smaller ones on my forearm because it's a smaller surface area, and I like to use the larger ones on the shoulder. I have noticed that I can't leave them on my shoulder nearly as long without redness and what appears to be bruising. It doesn't hurt bruising, but it's just from, you know, the blood flowing and all those things. So it's recommended on their website that you don't leave these on for more than 5 minutes, but I try to do it just around 2 or 3. Now with suction cupping, there's a couple things. You can just do static like this, okay, and you just hold it there and you just let them sit and relieve some of the pressure in your arm. You can also do motion, and you can feel it sort of tugging when you do this a little bit more. There's another thing they call, I believe it's dynamic, where it's actually a really interesting concept where you actually slide while it's suction cupped. You slide the suction cups along the arm, and that just moves the suctioning along your arm and help relieve it over a greater surface area. So it's a really cool thing. Like I said, it needs to be lotion, lubricated, whatever you're using in order for this to work. Notice improvement in the rehab and the health of my arm. I feel like I can throw forehands a lot more consistently because I'm not feeling nearly as much soreness and tightness and sometimes almost pain from the soreness when I'm throwing. So that is a great tool. Now when it comes to wave tools, that's basically it. It's a fairly simple device, the suction cups and the wave tool. I like them a lot. I use them a couple times a week. Their website has videos, it has tutorials. When you buy these, you are not just left to your own device to figure out how to use them. They walk you through it. They strongly encourage that you watch the videos. I strongly encourage it. I watched all those videos. I want to learn what I was doing, how I needed to do it properly, and I'm still learning. But this is definitely something I recommend, and the best part about it is that it's really not all that expensive compared to some of these other physical therapy devices. The wave tool, you can get one of 2 wave tools, and it's not so much that the color's different or one's smaller, one's bigger, but you can buy a wave tool that has blemishes, kind of like a factory second or a misprint disc. There's nothing actually wrong with this tool. It just has some beauty blemishes on it. It might have a little scratch here or there, and you can actually buy it at a discounted rate from the original. So you can even save money with that. And between these two things, really great for disc golfers, I have found. Not only was I impressed when Eagle McMahon was using it, but I've been thoroughly impressed from my personal use and my personal experience of these tools. Hope you found this informative. I hope you found this helpful. I strongly recommend you check this out. You don't have to get both to start off, although I strongly recommend it. I think they work together well, very, very well. So, but if there was one tool that I would recommend that you get, it would be the wave tool. Incredibly versatile, and you can easily bring it with you anywhere. I mean, it fits in your back pocket. Not that you would want to keep it in your back pocket, but it's really small. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It's super, super light, and so it's super easy to travel with. That's basically it, guys. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you're going to check out Wave Tools Therapy. I'll leave a link to their website and their Instagram in the description below. Well, that's it for tonight, guys. Until next time, have a great round.